Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial from Melinda's Rubber Room. I am Melinda Pierce and I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 20 years and I love sharing my product ideas and tutorials with you. So I'm glad you were able to join me today. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I am going to do a fun fold type of card today. It's very easy, just take it step by step. And hopefully you'll follow along and do the card along with me. So I'm going to point you down to my work surface so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and hope you enjoy the tutorial. Thanks. Alrighty, so let me get this camera set up. All right, so this is the card that I will be doing. It has a fun little slit in the front that you slide a card into, like so. And then it also opens up. So this is kind of a fun feature. You could actually attach like a gift card or something to this insert. That would be a fun addition as well. All right, so to begin with, you're going to start with a base piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 11. And you're going to score that at 5.5 and at 4.25. So you're just going to score it down in a half this way and down in half this way. Okay, so the first score line is at 4.25. Make sure that you're using your scoring blade. That is the lighter of the two blades on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So again, that's 4.25. And then we're going to turn the paper and measure 5.5. That is right there. All right, so then all we're going to do is cut off one of these rectangles that we've just created. So you can see, hopefully, the score lines, and you're just going to cut off one of the rectangles. So I'm going to put this back in my cutter, and I'm going to let the cutter do the cutting for me. So I'm just going to use the darker of the two gray blades, measuring that, putting that back in at 4.25, so I'm right on my score line. And on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you can see that the trimmer blade has a little indentation here, which marks where the blade is actually cutting. So I'm going to look where my score line is, which is right up there. And I'm going to cut right up to that score line. Looks about right. I'm going to put my paper back in the paper cutter, back on the 5.5 line, and I'm going to cut with my cutting blade right back up to that cut line, and then this piece will come out. Okay, so now what you want to do is take your card and you want to get it into this position where your center card is at the top. That's going to fold in. And then this piece that's hanging down here is going to fold up. Okay, so this piece here is going to create your pocket, and this is going to create the card opening. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in my bone folder and just reinforce those fold lines. Okay, so now to create our slit, all we're going to do is cut from the upper left-hand corner. Again, this is the piece that folded up from the bottom. I'm going to cut from the upper left-hand corner down to the right-hand corner on a diagonal. So I'm going to put this back in my Stampin' Up! Trimmer and put those corners right in my cutting channel. I'm going to cut this, or open this up just so that I make sure I don't cut that as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to see if I can get this in the camera better. Okay, so I have this lined up. This is the upper left-hand corner, cutting down to the right-hand corner. Just going to cut that on an angle. And this piece gets discarded. And then there is your triangular fold to create the pocket. So now what we're going to do, I can see that for some reason my triangle ended up a little high. So I'm just going to snip off that edge. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take a little bit of your Tombow glue and put it right along the edge. I find that it works better to use the Tombow glue as opposed to the adhesive, because you want to create a really small adhesive line right along here. Otherwise, your card is not going to fit into that slit. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my adhesive right along the edge. Go ahead and glue that shut. Okay, so now I have my card that opens and my little pocket right here. It's a little hard to see that with the white, but there's the pocket. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take a piece of designer series paper that measures 5 1/4 by 4. This is a piece of designer series paper that comes from the Regal's collection of designer series paper. It comes 6 by 6. I'm really loving this paper. It's just so nice to have such a variety of paper to choose from. And you have 2 different designs in each color. So these come in each of our 4 color groupings, your brights, your neutrals, your subtles, etc. So it's just a really fun way to use your designer series paper, and it also has these fun little dots collection, which is fun to play with as well. All right, so I am going to go ahead and take my 5 1/4 by 4 piece of designer series paper. I'm going to put it back into my Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and I'm going to cut it on an angle, again going from your left upper corner down to your right lower corner. Put that on an angle right in your cutting channel and cut straight down. Now these triangles get attached to the front of the card like so, and you want to make sure that there's a little bit of a space here where your card is going to go. I'm just going to use the Stampin' Seal to attach my triangle. This Stampin' Seal is very sticky, so you want to make sure that you have it laying down exactly where you want it. It's a little hard to lift up if you don't do that. You just kind of have to commit to it. And lay the second piece down. I want to make sure you have a nice little margin up at the top and on the bottom, or the top and the side, and then in the center as well where your pocket is. So there you have the front of the card with the pocket. So this is going to be a Get Well card, and I'm using the Back on Your Feet stamp set. This set is just so stinking cute. I love these little characters, and it's just fun to get, you know, if you're feeling down or sick, it's just fun to get a cute card in the mail. So I'm using that. I'm going to attach the cute little turtle down at the corner. I think I'm going to pop that guy up a little bit with some dimensionals. I stamped this guy ahead of time, obviously. I used the Memento ink and I colored him in with the blends. And then I just fussy cut him out. We don't have dies for these little guys, unfortunately, but they are pretty easy to cut out. They have just pretty thick lines, so it's easy to cut those guys out. Put the hem down there. Okay, so then for the pocket card, you're going to have a piece of base cardstock that measures 3 1/4 by 5. And then you're going to have the piece of cardstock that goes on top that's going to measure 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, so I am just going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to have this say sigh at the very top. And then I think I'm going to stamp another cute little turtle. I'll color him in later. Okay, and then that just gets attached to the base of the pocket card. Like so. And hopefully I put my adhesive in the right place, so this should just slide right in, which it does, like so. Okay, so then we just have the inside. So if you're using a darker color cardstock, like this one, you're going to want to put a piece of ivory or whisper white cardstock in the inside, and that would measure 5 1/4 by 4. For my card, I just have a white inside, so I don't need another piece of white cardstock. And then I'm just going to stamp the stamp that says, "Sometimes that's all there is to say, and that I'm here for you." So on the outside it says sigh. And then in the inside it basically says, "I'm here for you." And then I'm going to bring that cute little turtle in again one more time on the inside. Okay, so there is the card. Super simple. You can even write a little bit of something on this insert card if you want, or again, add a little gift certificate or gift card right there. And then on the inside, you have your stamped image. Okay, super simple card, but still something fun and different to send to somebody who's not quite feeling well. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. Feel free to leave a comment here. I'm checking my comments on my YouTube videos frequently, and I will respond to any questions. So I really appreciate your support. So give me a thumbs up if you liked my video. And if you want more information, you can subscribe to my Facebook page. It's www.facebook.com/Melinda's Rubber Room. I have all kinds of tutorials and fun projects posted there, as well as information on my upcoming Zoom classes that you're welcome to join me for as well. So thanks again for joining me. Have a fun Monday. I actually woke up thinking it was Tuesday. So hope you'll have a good Monday and have fun stamping. Take care. Bye-bye.